Tulips aren't the first bloomers during the season, but their impact is eye-popping. Come join us. We're going to take a tulip tour of epic proportions. Tulips are the queen of spring, and now we're with Amy Ladd from Lucky Ladd Farm here in Eagleville, and I think you're the queen of tulips. Here we are in April, and boy, have you got a splash going on.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell us about what you got happening here, because this is the most tulips I've seen in a long time.
Yes, ma'am. Well, we really wanted to kind of just bring a taste of Holland to Tennessee. And so we partnered with a farm straight out of the Netherlands that we source our tulips from, and we import them, and we plant over 1 million tulips now for everyone to come out to the farm to take pictures, see, enjoy, and they can even pick them to take them home to have a little memory.
Wow. Okay, so I have to ask this because everyone will want to know. How long does it take to plant 1 million tulips?
Well, you would think it would take a long time.
Oh, no.
It actually doesn't. It took us about 2.5 days. So to get the tulips planted, we have a piece of equipment that we've specially outfitted for the way that we plant tulips, because we do them a little bit different than your home gardener might plant them.
Got it. So you got mechanical help with that.
That's right. That's right. Our first year, no mechanical help. It took us almost 10 days to get 350,000 tulips planted. So we've scaled up quite a bit, and with that we needed the equipment.
And Amy, for people that are looking at this and think, wow, I want to do that, when you plant is when?
So we're in area 7A, and typically we're going to plant somewhere between late November to the end of December, and we plant in mass. So we're getting our tulips as tight as we can get them, but we're also going to take all of our tulip bulbs up at the end of the season, and your home gardener's not going to do that.
Right.
Yes.
Right. And you pull them up just because you're saving them for the next season?
No, actually we do it to help protect our fields from something called tulip fire, which is a fungus that tulips can develop after a number of years. And because we have so many, we really want to protect the ground as best we can.
Got it. So they need to the cold snap, let's just say that.
Yes, ma'am.
And then now here we are in April, and you've got a show.
Yes, ma'am.
And how close do you plant them? Because they seem like pretty packed in here.
So when you plant in mass, like we do, they actually can touch each other. So for a home gardener, though, you're going to want to plant them at about an egg carton space apart from each other. You don't want them to touch. So if you can imagine how your eggs are spaced in the carton, usually about a thumb width apart, you can still get a nice big impact, and it helps protect your tulips, and that way they're more prone to grow, so that they're going to reproduce for you the following year.
So does this help protect them by planting them close together like that, so they're not flopping over?
Yes, so tulips in general are pretty hardy when it comes to wind, snow, even frost. Their foliage and their stems are not quite as delicate as some of the other flowers, and they'll stand the test of time going through all of the elements.
Because they look so delicate.
Yes, they do. They do, and they can be to heat. Heat is what primarily affects the tulips and makes tulip season so short, especially here in Middle Tennessee, because we never know if it's going to be in the 40s or if it's going to be in the 80s. And so to help prolong your tulips, especially at home, once they start to wilt or even open up too much, if you just put them back in the fridge, then they're going to tighten right back up for you. So for the longest life, put them in the fridge overnight every night, and then get them back out each morning so that you can enjoy them for weeks. We actually do something completely unique. We're the only farm that we know that does this. We actually plant our tulips on top of the ground. And again, it kind of goes back to that tulip fire that we're trying to avoid. Tulip bulbs have, when you get them, all of the nutrients, they've absorbed that from the foliage from the previous year. And so for our purposes, they don't need a whole lot of nutrients and water and things to do their thing and put on their show. So we plant ours on top of the ground, and then we mulch them with a 6 to 8 inch layer of insulation with the mulch.
Right.
At home, though, you're going to want to dig a trench, and you're going to want to put them 4 to 6 inches into the ground, and that helps insulate them there.
Got it. So these are actually what I call the globe tulips. So, but you've got lots of different varieties. Do you know how many different varieties you've got here?
We have over 100 different varieties, and I have it written down when I order it, but I couldn't tell you right now. But one of the things that we try to do is all of our rows are mixed varieties, and tulips come in 3 what they call seasons. So you have early varieties, mid-season varieties, and late varieties. And so all of our rows are going to incorporate a different mix of the early, mid, and late to help us extend our season and let people enjoy them as long as possible. Your earlier varieties are going to have shorter stems, so they make really cute little petite arrangements.
Right.
But your later varieties, when you get the single lates, you can start seeing some of the purples that are coming up.
Yes.
They have those really nice long stems. Those are really nice for your larger arrangements.
Okay, so single late and single early are the ones that I remember as a child.
Yes, ma'am.
So this, Amy, is a single late.
Correct.
And the strength of the stem is significant, right?
Yeah, so they're going to produce really nice long stems that are great for larger arrangements as compared to those earlier varieties where the stems are going to be a little bit shorter.
Got it. So they're just as sturdy, they're just longer.
That's correct.
Okay, and then you've got this is what I would call a Rembrandt that's striped.
That's correct.
And it's quite showy.
It is, and they've really bred a lot of color into tulips now. You can get all kind of fun striations, and you can see different variances where they'll start darker and go to light. So, you'll never get bored with color.
It's just an explosion, and you've got all kinds of little secrets inside. That's what we used to call these, with the yellow inside.
Yes,
but
ma'am.
I love these with all the are these doubles?
Those are doubles. So
even though it looks bigger.
It looks bigger, but you can see with the singles, you typically have 1 or maybe 2 rows of petals. But with the doubles, sometimes you get 2, 3, or even 4 rows of petals.
And do they last longer than the singles? I've always wondered that.
No, they actually have about the same lifespan. They're just considered a specialty variety. They don't get quite as tall though.
Got it. And the care is the same.
Care is the exact same.
And the planting is the same.
Yes, ma'am.
So no matter if you've got Rembrandt, doubles,
it's all the same.
It's all the same.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then talk to me about how you handle this after the foliage maybe has started to get a little crazy.
Crispy, yes.
Yeah, crispy, that's a good word.
Yeah, so you can see here the foliage on this one has started to kind of wilt back and die. And a lot of your gardeners, we're in it for the beauty, right? So as soon as that starts popping up, a lot of gardeners will want to try to pull that up and get that out of their flower beds. But if you want your tulips to reproduce, then you need to let that foliage kind of die and brown back. Usually about 6 weeks it'll do that. And then you're either going to pull your tulips up out of the ground. That's what's recommended. And then you can cut that dead foliage off, and you'll put your tulips in the like a paper bag and just store them in a cool, dry place, maybe your garage. And then in your growing season, you'll put them back in to replant so that they'll bloom next year. But without that foliage properly dying back and giving it enough time, the bulb does not retain enough of the nutrients and the photosynthesis process that takes place. So that's the key to getting the flower to come back.
But it does look like kind of the wart on Cinderella's nose right now.
It does, but tulips, so many people enjoy tulips in vases anyways. So once that starts happening, just clip your tulips. You can still enjoy them. Again, the key is keeping them cool.
Got it. Okay, so when you're going to clip, where do you clip? Do you go all the way down under here? I mean, I don't ever know what to do.
So for us, when you come to pick flowers here, you can pull the whole tulip out. And you can see how long and beautiful that stem is.
Yes.
Some people will pick their tulips, they'll go home and plant them right back again in their gardens so that they can have that foliage and reproduce from the bulbs that they get here. We're perfectly fine with that. But once you pull them, you just want to clip them right above where the bulb hits.
So after I get this home, can I leave this like this and just put it in in a vase.
Yes, some people do that. Again, if you want to replant it so that it's going to bloom the following year, you got to get it back out in the sunshine and let it have its process and die back.
These are beautiful, and these are the ones you call the fringe.
Yes, so you can tell they have this delicate little fringing around the edge, and they just make a really pretty statement when you're adding them to your arrangements or your landscape.
Yeah, they're just frilly.
They are.
Like
They're kind of
little girl.
girly,
Yeah.
yes, and they look very delicate, still just as hardy, but just add some, nice punch.
Right. Amy, tell us about how we can find Lucky Lad Farm and what else you do here besides tulips.
Oh gosh, our season is vast at the farm. We do tulips, strawberries, sunflowers, pumpkins. So there's really something for all seasons almost. And we have tons of fun and education for kids with animals and playgrounds. And so it's a really fun outing regardless of your age. The best way to find us would be to go to our website, which is luckyladfarms.com.
Perfect. This has just been a thrill for me, and I so appreciate in the middle of all of your hectic spring that you've allowed us to come out and visit. It's beautiful.
Well, thank you so much. Again, we're just so honored to have you.
Thank you. If you like gardening, you'll want to subscribe to our channel. Home gardening tips, tips from growers, and lots of plants. Until next time.